welcome back to Miss Burke's yoga practice. We're going to start in easy pose. So if you can find a nice seated position. You're also going to need some blocks today. So if you have 2 blocks, please grab those before you get situated. So typically you will sit down in easy pose in a particular fold of your legs. So try and make it a little bit different by pulling that back leg forward. So that way you get a different feel in easy pose. Feet should be underneath of your knees, nice flexed feet, and then shoulders are back and down, making that space in your rib cage, and just starting with our breath. So as you inhale, start to fill that belly with your air. Then as you exhale, allow it to go out of your mouth. So you're inhaling through your nose, sitting up nice and tall, filling your belly, and then exhaling through your mouth. Take another nice inhale through your nose, fill in your belly, and then exhale through your mouth. Place that left hand down by your hip and take your right, stretch it to your left side. A side bend just to get you warmed up. And on that inhale, place your right hand down and left hand over top. Another inhale, exhale to your left. Inhale again, exhale to your right. Inhale and exhale. Inhale again and exhale. This time, take that hand, place it, your left hand by your spine, and take your right hand, place it on your right knee. So when we take that inhale, we'll exhale, start to twist our spine, trying to look over our left shoulder. Again, take an inhale, exhale, try and twist a little bit more. And moving to the other side of your body. So your right hand goes back by your spine, still sitting nice and tall. Core is engaged, and left hand on your right knee. Taking an inhale and exhale, turning, looking over your right shoulder. Take another inhale and exhale, try to get a little bit more of a twist. And now release that spinal twist. Take a nice big inhale in front. Exhale, folding forward, so seated forward fold. Let those shoulders fall down and relax. Reach both hands over to your left side. Stretching out your hips. Reach both hands to your right side. Coming back to your seated position. So we're just going to take that front leg, fold it behind, get balance between both hips. So again, take a nice inhale. Exhaling forward, reaching out as far as you can, and then letting your shoulders relax down away from your ears. Bring both your hands to your right side. Bring both your hands to the left side. Coming back up into your seated position. So we're going to go into tabletop. Both hands come nice and wide onto your mat, spreading those fingertips nice and wide for a good base. Wrist is underneath your shoulders. Squeezing your abs so your back's aligned and your neck and spine are aligned. Then simply just turn your thumb so that way your biceps are pointing to the top of your mat, and come on up into downward dog. So in downward dog, we want to make sure that we have our weight even between our arms and our legs. And then we're also bringing our shoulders down away from our ears. Biceps will be by your ears, head in between, and then your feet, as much as you can, try and get the heels to touch the ground. It's okay if they don't. We really want that pelvis to twist up to the sky, getting a nice pull through the back of your legs. So we're just going to take a couple breaths here. And on that next inhale, take your left foot, bring it all the way in between both of your hands. I want the ankle underneath of your knee. We don't want your knee going before or in front of your ankle. Release that knee, your right knee down to the mat, and release your toes. So right now you're in a low lunge. You can see a nice angle on my low lunge. That's what you would need to have. You can stay with your hands down on the ground. If it's more comfortable, you can adjust onto blocks. So with your next inhale, you're going to straighten out your left leg. So take that inhale, straighten your left leg, and make sure you have your foot flexed. So if you want to remain on the blocks, that is fine. There's also a higher level if you need to come up higher. If you do not need blocks, then just keep your hands down on the ground. You can curve that spine and try and bring your nose to your knee. So take that inhale, bend your knee. Exhale, straighten. So we're going from low lunge to half split. Inhale. Exhale. Another inhale. And exhale. Inhale one more time. And this time on your exhale, curl the toes down in your right foot, step back into plank. Chaturanga, letting your elbows go by your ribs, release your toes. Come on up into a baby cobra. And release back down on that exhale. Toes go down on the ground, thumbs point to the top of your mat, pushing back into down dog. Again, we're just going to hold this for a couple breaths. And we'll go to our other side for half split and low lunge. So take your right foot, bring it in between both of your hands. Again, my knee is on top of my ankle. That's very important. Release that left knee down to the ground. Release your toes. So you can stay here. Enjoy that nice little stretch through your hip flexor. If you need your blocks, bring your blocks over to your side onto the level of your choice. And then on that next inhale, straighten out that front leg. Exhale, bend the knee. Inhale, straighten your front leg. Exhale, bend your knee. Inhale and exhale. Another inhale and exhale. And on that next inhale, again, we're going to step back into plank. Curl down your left toes. Step back with your right into plank. Chaturanga with your elbows down by the sides of your ribs. Release your toes. Push through your palms. Up into cobra. Maybe you come up a little bit higher this time. Big toes are together, squeezing your butt or your gluteus maximus. Curl your toes under, downward dog. So take a nice stretch here because we're going to get moving a little bit faster. Take that inhale, coming into plank. Then exhale, float back into downward dog. So it's important to turn your thumbs back and forth so that way you get in proper position for downward dog and plank. So when I take my inhale, I'm twisting my thumbs to meet each other and my middle fingers are pointing at the top of the mat. And then when I exhale, I float back, my thumbs turn to the top of the mat, so my biceps are pointing to the top of the mat. Again, take that inhale, float into plank, flat back, tight core. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, float into plank. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, float into plank. And here, hold it for a breath. Then exhale, back into plank. Hold this one for a breath. Then step up with your left foot, step up with your right foot, forward fold. So big toes can be about 1 inch apart. I like my heels 2 inches apart, a little distance, whatever you're comfortable with. Just don't go further than your hips. So slight bend in your knees, let that stomach hang on your upper thighs and just getting a nice stretch to the backs of your legs. Take a nice inhale into flat back. So if you need, you can come up onto your shins with your hands. You want to have a nice flat back in order to ensure you are protecting your back. And then exhale, fold forward. Take a nice big inhale, bringing arms up and around. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to run through Sun Salutation A just to get a little bit of flow going. Nice big inhale, reaching arms up and around. Exhale, diving forward. Hands come to mat into forward fold. Inhale into that flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, step back into a high lunge, and then into plank. Chaturanga all the way down, release those toes. We'll push through our palms up into cobra. Toes go down, push back, downward dog. One breath here. And step forward with your left foot in between, your right in between your hands, and then step your right foot forward, forward fold. Inhale into flat back, exhale, fold forward. Big inhale up and around. Exhale, we're going to dive back down into our forward fold for another Sun Salutation. Inhale into flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Take that inhale, step back with your left foot, and then your right foot. Now we're in plank. This time, if you want to go into upward dog, that is fine. You can continue to do cobra. So take that exhale, chaturanga all the way down, flip your feet, and then inhale up into upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Take a breath here. Step forward into a high lunge, runner's lunge, with your right foot, and then your left foot follows. Forward fold. Take that inhale to flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Big inhale up and around. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale into your flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping back with your right. Stepping back with your left into plank. Chaturanga, elbows by your ribs. Into upward dog. Downward dog. Nice inhale. Step forward with your left foot. Step forward with your right. Forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Big inhale up and around. And then exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to get moving through a nice little flow. Do some dynamic breathing throughout. So hopefully you enjoy it. Take a nice big inhale. Get a little arch this time. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale into your flat back. exhale, fold forward. Step back right, step back left. Into plank. And push back, downward dog. Nice breath here. On that next inhale, step through your hands into that runner's lunge. If you need to make it so that you aren't wobbling, you can heel toe out to your left, so you're not on like a tight rope. So from runner's lunge here, we're just going to immediately come right up into warrior one. So warrior one, biceps are by your ears, hands are straight, vertical, knee is bent, back leg is trying to get as straight as possible. Again, if you're having troubles holding the pose, heel toe out, so that way you are closer to the edge of your mat. You can also bring that back leg in so you have more stability. So if that isn't challenging enough for you, then sink deeper into warrior one. Toes are facing to the top of the mat. Take that inhale and exhale, warrior two. Shoulders are down and back, staring at your front hand. Your heel in your front foot is aligned to the arch in your back foot. Back foot's at a 45-degree angle. Bend that front knee, sink a little deeper. Reverse your front hand, coming back into reverse warrior or peaceful warrior. And then bend that left elbow, bringing it down by your knee, extended side angle. Continue to bring your hands down to the mat, back into runner's lunge. Step back into plank. Now we're gonna chaturanga. If you want to do cobra, that's fine. Or upward dog and downward dog. So we'll do that same sequence on the other side. Take your right foot, bring it in between both hands. You're in runner's lunge. If you need to move that foot over to the right side of your mat, you can for more stability. Take that inhale up into warrior one. You might find one side is stronger than the other, just based off of your dominant foot. Open up into warrior two. Again, shoulders are down and back. My front heel is aligned to the arch of my back foot. Flip that front hand, reverse warrior. Go back as far as you can. Then take that inhale, right elbow goes onto knee, left arm swings over top. Continue to bring that hand down to the mat, step back into plank. Chaturanga, elbows down by your sides, into upward dog. Flip your feet, downward dog. So let's add some dynamic movement to that series. Step that left foot in between your hands. Keep your right hand down. Nice little twist to get us going. Take that inhale, we're gonna rotate it around, coming up into warrior one. This time I'm gonna take my inhale, bring my arms by my sides into cactus arms, and then exhale, back up. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale, back up. Inhale, cactus arms. Exhale, back up. Now take that inhale and exhale into warrior two. Flip that front hand, peaceful warrior. Left elbow goes down, extended side angle. Bringing your hands back down to the ground, into your plank. Again, choose what you would like. Chaturanga, into your upward dog, into down dog. Take a nice breath. So this is your resting. If you need a complete rest, you can sit back into child's pose. Give you one more breath here. So take that inhale, step your right foot through, runner's lunge. Again, you can move that foot over to the side if you need. Left hand stays down, open up into a low lunge twist. Take that inhale, coming up, warrior one. Dynamic breathing. So take that inhale, cactus arms again. Exhale, pushing back up. When I come down on my inhale, I'm trying to pinch a penny in between my shoulder blades. Exhale, back up. Inhale. Exhale, back up. Take that inhale, exhale, warrior two. Flip that front hand, reverse warrior. Elbow goes down, extended side angle. Both hands come down, step back into your plank. So I'm going to change it up. Normally we are chaturanga. We're going to add some chaturanga or yoga push-ups. So you're working on more like a tricep push-up. So when you take that inhale, you will descend to the mat. Exhale, push back up. So I'm not letting my body fall to the ground. If you need to modify, place your knees down on the ground, and again, you'll just come down to the mat and back up. So here we go. Take that inhale, chaturanga. Exhale, push back up. One more inhale. Exhale. One more time, take that inhale. Exhale, back up. Push back into downward dog. We'll go through our dynamic movement again. So take that left foot, bring it in between your hands. Left hand goes up to the sky. And then take that inhale, come on up into warrior two. Little wobble there. Into warrior one. Now inhale, exhale, warrior two. This time for our dynamic breathing, we're going to take our inhale, straighten out our front leg, and then exhale back into warrior two. Inhale, straighten out your front leg. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, and exhale. Take a nice breath here. Sink a little deeper. Flip that front hand, peaceful warrior. Elbow goes down, right arm over top, extended side angle. Both hands come down into your plank, step back. And again, take that inhale, chaturanga down, exhale back up. Modify if you need to. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale again, and exhale. Push back, down dog. Take that breath. Step your right foot through to your runner's lunge. Left hand stays down, right hand goes to the sky. Take that inhale, coming on up, warrior one. Nice solid base. Exhale, warrior two, shoulders are down and back, looking at my right hand. Take that inhale, straighten out the right leg. Exhale. Inhale, straighten out my right leg. Exhale, bending that knee. Inhale. And exhale. Sink a little deeper on that next inhale. Flip that front hand, peaceful warrior. Elbow goes down, extended side angle. Both hands come down to the mat, stepping back into your plank. Let your chaturanga all the way down. Release the toes. Coming up, then inhale into cobra. Exhale, back down. Inhale up into cobra. Exhale, back down. One more inhale into cobra. Exhale, downward dog. So we'll do one more round. Switch it up just a little bit more for you. So take that left foot, put it in between your two hands. Take another nice twist with your left hand up into the sky. Take that inhale. Exhale, warrior one. Inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Straighten that front leg. Heel toe in that back leg. We'll set up for triangle. So shoulders are down and back. Leaning to your front. Legs as straight as can be. And coming up into triangle. Keeping your shoulders nice and open. Not kind of caving forward. If you can't come down to your ankle or the floor, your shin is another option. And then bring both hands on either side of your left foot. We're going to take that inhale and step on up. And if you can, bring your hands into prayer, into Warrior Three. If you want to extend your arms forward, that is fine too. Both hands come down, step back into plank, push back into downward dog. Take your right foot, step it in between your hands. Again, opening up with that nice twist. Take that inhale, coming on up, Warrior One. Warrior Two. Flip that front hand, first warrior. Coming back, Warrior Two. Straighten that front leg, heel toe in your back. Setting up into triangle, pushing forward, dropping your hand, triangle pose. Make your legs as straight as possible. Then bring both hands either side of your right foot. Step on up onto your right foot. Coming up into a Warrior Three. Bring your arms out if you would like. Release your hands down and release your foot down. Forward fold. Let the knees kind of bend. Your stomach come down onto your thighs. Taking a nice breath here. Grab your elbows if you'd like. Do a little ragdoll. Release your hands down to the ground. Step back into plank. Push back, down dog. So here I'm going to pedal out, kind of let myself stretch and rest. So we're going to take our right foot and bring it up into the sky as high as you can. Make sure you're not twisting your whole body. You're keeping your shoulders square. And on that inhale, you're going to take your right knee, bend your knee, and bring it to your right elbow. So take that inhale, bringing your leg through, touch your right knee, exhale, bringing it back up. Inhale, knee to elbow, exhale, back up. One more time. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, back up. This time, bring your knee all the way through. We're going to place it down on the ground. Let your left leg straighten out into pigeon pose. So pigeon, if you have your blocks nearby, you can stay in pigeon pose, stand like sitting up tall. You can also bring the block in front of you. Come down onto your forearms and align it so your forehead rests on the block. If you don't want the assistance of a block, that is fine. You can bring your forehead all the way down. If you're unable to get into this position, you can bring the block under your right hip to kind of give you a little bit of a support. The other option is to bend your left knee to kind of allow you to come into the pose. So it's just a sign of tight hips and needing to stretch those hips a little bit more. Coming back up onto your hands. Place your toes back down on the ground and push back into plank. Pushing back into downward dog. Turn your thumbs to the top of the mat. And now we need to do our other side. So our left foot will go up into three-legged dog. Take that inhale, knee to left elbow, and then exhale back up. Inhale, knee to elbow, exhale, back up. Inhale, knee to elbow. Exhale, back up. And this time we'll take that inhale, bring that knee all the way through, place it down on the ground, release your back toes, coming into pigeon. Again, use the blocks if needed. Make modifications that are good for your body. This time we're just gonna let ourselves fall into our left hip. Coming on up, bringing both feet together for a bound angle. So still staying nice and tall. I like to interlock my hands, wrap them around my toes. Take a couple breaths here. On your next inhale, exhale forward. And come back on up. I'm just going to adjust so that way my legs are a little bit further in front. Take a nice inhale and exhale back down. Coming back up into your seated position. Take your elbows, slowly come down into a recline down angle. So if you need to adjust your feet a little bit closer, make sure your lower back is connected to the ground. That protects your lower back, squeezing your abs and your core muscles. So hands can go on your belly, hands can come open. Take a few breaths here. And then bring your knees together. So we're going to do bridge pose. Bridge pose, there's a couple of options for you. And again, if you have a block, you could use that. Scoot down on my mat so you can see me. So with bridge pose, you start with both palms down on the ground. You can touch your heels to make sure you're in a good position. And you can do a couple of different things. So when you take that inhale, you can lift your hips up and stay here. You can add the block for a supported bridge pose. So right on your lower back, should be comfortable, shouldn't be hurting. So you could stay here for bridge, still engage your muscles, don't just relax. Or if you want to take it to the next level, take your hands underneath interlock, roll your shoulders back and down, and open up your hips. So what we'll do is I'll tell you to inhale and you select the style of bridge you would like to do. Make sure your toes are still on the ground, you're not crinkling your toes up. They're nice and firm onto the ground, and you have your core engaged. So your core is all of your abdominal muscles in your lower back. So take that inhale, push through your palms and your feet. If you want to interlock underneath, roll your shoulders back and down. Take a nice 3 breaths, inhaling through your nose, exhaling through your mouth. Release down. Take your left ankle, place it on your right knee. Gonna take both your hands, one through your legs, one on the outside. Grab right underneath your kneecap. This is a reclined figure 4. Also have your feet flexed. You'll feel a nice pull on your left hip. When you're ready, just let both your legs fall to your right side. Your left leg will kind of tuck, your foot will tuck under your right knee. Left hand can come out, right hand can come on that left knee. Add a little bit more to the twist. If we want more of a stretch, look at your left hand. And bring both your knees back to center for full wind. You want to hug them. And release your feet back to ground. So we'll start back in our bridge pose. Palms go down onto the floor. See if you can touch those heels. So you might need to bring them closer to your bottom. Take that inhale, lift your hips. If you want, interlace your hands under. Roll your shoulders back and down. 3 nice breaths. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Inhale through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Exhale back down. Take that right ankle, cross it over your left knee. One hand comes through, one hand comes from the outside, and grabbing underneath your left knee. Feet are still flexed for reclined figure 4. And let both of your legs fall to your left. So your left leg, your foot will be under your right knee. Have your left hand grab your right knee and right hand come straight out. Look at your right hand if you want a bigger stretch, or just look at the ceiling. And bring both your knees to your chest for full wind. If you want, you can kind of separate those knees, bring them a little wider than your hips for a nice little stretch. And a little rock just to add in a little bit of a massage to that lower back. And when you're ready, let each of your heels fall to the corners of your mat, keeping your lower back to the ground and your palms facing up for a little Savasana or corpse pose. So while you are breathing, allow your mind to relax and take as much time as you need. start to open your eyes back up. Give a nice wiggle of your fingertips. Let your shoulders kind of wake up. Let your toes. Slowly bring yourself back up into seated position. Take a nice inhale, reaching up and above. And exhale, hands to heart. Namaste. Hope you enjoyed the practice.